What's up, guys? It's your boy Gay D Champ here again to bring you some more One Piece content. Sorry I missed you guys for a little while. Had to get some things in order before I was going to get myself back and making some videos, but we're back. Should be getting some weekly consistent content again. So just to start off, just like you see, we're going to be talking about catching up a little bit on some of the things that's been happening in Wano, give you guys some of my feedback and some of my theories, of course. So just to kind of follow up, before we get into it, if you guys have not caught up to chapter 1026, that's, we'll be talking about some of the events that have been leading up to that chapter and where I think we're going to be going for the rest of Wano. Let's get to it. So we've been getting a lot of hype chapters recently. A lot of the dope fights, which are gonna start wrapping up soon. So I'm still, to start off with this, I'm still in the belief that it will be 5 acts in Wano, and that we're wrapping up the 3rd act here, and there's gonna still be some type of tragedy. I don't know how great it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like Luffy losing to Kaido. I think it's gonna have more so to do with something to do with Onigashima that's about to appear over the flower capital. Momonosuke has 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes, to figure out how he's going to use the flame clouds to hold up Onigashima. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I do feel like there may be some sadness coming soon, but that's where I feel like that's going to end, and then we're going to go into Act 4 where Luffy will defeat Kaido and so on and so forth. Before we get to Luffy defeating Kaido, we do have a few other fights to wrap up. Some of them probably will mostly be off screen. We've already seen in this chapter in 1026, we missed a little bit of Zoro fighting King, and King's already in. It looks like possibly his hybrid form. Maybe we're not 100% sure, but he's using his wings to fight, which is pretty interesting. You know what I mean? We're gonna probably get back to that Sanji and Queen fight. We didn't see them, but I'm sure we'll get back to them also. But with King hitting Zoro out of the Skull Dome, looks like they wanted to separate. Oda wanted to separate them so they could get a little bit more attention, and maybe we get to see more of King's abilities. We still got a few other fights that I feel like will not be that big of a deal, which are like the Basil Hawkins and Killer fight, which I'm actually really intrigued to see how Killer's gonna finish that out. But we're gonna see if they're gonna really, if they're gonna really get into that. Of course, with Law and Kid and still fighting Big Mom, we're gonna touch on that a little bit. I don't think they're gonna finish that fight, but we're gonna see more of it, I'm sure. Drake and Apu, I'm sure we gotta check in with them. Don't think we're gonna see it, but probably just gonna see how it finished. And same for the Rise on Fukurokuji. So with the crew, so now the crew is all scrambling. I think they're with the fires that were happening. Everybody's gonna be meeting up somewhere. Oh, I don't forget to mention last chapter how it ended with your boy Orochi peeping through the doors like a little weirdo. So something's gonna happen with him. I'm not sure who's gonna be the one to take him out. We still gotta figure out who that silhouette was, whether that was Hiyori, whether that's Hiyori or Toki. We're gonna find out. But I'm sure all these things are gonna be wrapped up soon. A big thing for me is that we're reaching the end of the year and we still haven't seen Shanks. So if you guys follow the SBS's or whatever, Oda's interviews early in the year, Oda said that Shanks would be making a move by the end of 2021. Now, for the most part, whenever Oda sets these timelines, for the most part, they're not always exactly true, but I don't think that that's something that he was gonna just throw out there and not really follow through with it. So I'm sure we're gonna see Shanks by the end of this year, which is why I was saying, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be an act break in about 6 or 7 chapters, and we're gonna see what's happening outside. So I'm expecting around December for us to see what's good with my boy Shanks, possibly with Blackbeard too. What's gonna happen with the 7 warlords, since they're no longer no longer affiliated with the government. So we're gonna see what's happening over there. Back in Wano though, with the recent stuff that just been going on with Yamato and Momonosuke, So I've never really been fully on board with Yamato joining the crew. I was like, in the beginning, I was like, oh, that would be cool, that would be dope. I thought it would be, you know, and if it does happen, I think it will still be dope, but I don't think it's happening. I don't think Yamato is joining the crew. If you follow One Piece, you know, really well, you would kind of notice the way that Luffy talks to, you know, people that he makes really good friends with. Like if you remember in Fishman Island, Shiro Hoshi, he used to call her Wimpy Hoshi or whatever. He comes up with these little funny nicknames for these people. So just because he calls Yamato Yama bro, I don't think that she's gonna be joining. And then also Yamato seems like she wants to stay with Momonosuke. As I was saying, with this recent chapter, we see she was talking about that a little bit. So I'm more so leaning to the fact that to the most likely possibility that Yamato will be staying in Wano when the Straw Hats leave. They're gonna wrap up. We're gonna get something. First, we're gonna get some tragedy. We're gonna get something bad that's gonna happen. See what's happening outside. Come back to Wano. Wrap up the fights. Luffy is gonna finish the fight with Kaido, which, by the way, I forgot to mention how epic that sky splitting clash was last week. I didn't get a chance to specifically do a video on that, but we may do a video on Luffy's Yonko caliber status now. I think he's definitely up there. I thought he was up there before, like after he beat Katakuri, and they were saying that he was a 5th emperor. I personally felt that, you know, he was gonna be like considered like the weakest of the you know, underneath the other 4. But he's got the Straw Hat Fleet. He's got plenty of territories that would be allied to him that he's been looking out for. So it only made sense that eventually he was gonna get to this level. He's gonna be the Pirate King, right? So he's gonna have to get to this level of strength at some point in the story. So now that he's clashing with Kaido evenly, I mean, I was talking about it with my boy the other day, and I was saying that I initially was like, it was Luffy getting a little too strong too fast, because like we think back in Whole Cake Island, he fought Cracker, he struggled there. He fought Katakuri, he struggled there. And now he's already here and he's clashing with Kaido, the strongest creature in the world, and he's keeping up after he got one-shotted when he first ran into him. I had to remind myself, I remembered that it was very emotional, that first battle that he had with Kaido, because he thought the rest of his crew might have been dead. So he was attacking without thinking, and if you remember what Rayleigh was saying, you can't be in a battle without being of clear mind and be able to use observation haki. So he wasn't, his haki wasn't gonna be on point when you know, when you're not clear headed like that. He went in guns blazing, just attacked Kaido head on. So it was gonna be tough for him to win that in that state of mind. So now that he's much clear headed, everybody's good. Yeah, I mean, this is the 3rd round. I don't know if they would consider this to be the 3rd round. If we're considering this to be the 3rd round, and then most likely this is going to be where the battle ends with Kaido after these other fights wrap up first. Always, that's usually the formula from every arc. All the Straw Hats finish their fights first, and then we get the one-on-one with the big boss. So all you got people talking about with the pheasant and the this and the Momotaro's story, that's out the window. Both Momonosuke and Yamato have left the rooftop. It's Luffy and Kaido 1v1, just like how we always do. That's gonna wrap up the video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys think Yamato's joining the crew, any of these theories that I just talked about, if you agree or disagree, whether you like the video or dislike the video, just let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.